NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Redskins. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go now. 6 yards. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well. And he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Buying time to his left. This one complete to Ingram. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Haskins able to connect there with Richardson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. This is Geis. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Haskins. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now a run with Geis. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Crouch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On the ground, it's Geis. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Darius Geis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm here all day. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Let's go, baby. We turn it over. Get that ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he fires one incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. He's got it to Ingram, complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Geis, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3rd down, here's Geis. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Hey, Mike Foley, Mike Foley. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. It's great. It's him.
Now a handoff, Geis going right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Geis. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. 4th down, here's Haskins. And he's got it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
On the ground, Geis. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's second down. Throwing again, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson, flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Geis. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Check 13. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got 53.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. They'll try and run it here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Redskins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Slam, slam, slam.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Redskins scoop it. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. There he goes, right side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Now that Redskin offense coming back onto the field. They'll go for 2 here. Following the turnover, it's Haskins. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
Ravens 12.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
On the
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 43. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here we go, D.
On first down, this is Geis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 17. He's at the 40. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
51 I got you. 51. Squeeze, double. 51.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Now it's Jackson, flushed out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
3 down, 3 down.
To throw is Jackson. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Jackson throwing on fourth down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Geis. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Redskins on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now it's Jackson, and he'll find Hall. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Check 31, check 31.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson, and the pressure gets to him again. Reuben Foster able to record his 5th sack of the season. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Redskins, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damages. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash. they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can call for the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard